And check it out, it's his second children's book, Splash Fin, Toothy Grin. And it's by author Timm Holmes. Hello, Tim.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Didn't take you very long to get this second book out because you were just on here, what, like half a year ago, Peanut Butter and Dragon?
Yeah, back in June there, I was talking about the launch of Peanut Butter and Dragon, the first in the Malcolm and Cooper series, and now they have a new adventure already. Splash Fin, Toothy Grin, they meet a friendly shark named Picnic.
Interesting. So your second children's book.
Yeah.
What made you decide to get into the world of children's literature?
It was born out of, I've been writing since I was about 8 years old.
Yeah.
And my wife and I had the absolute blessing to adopt two young brothers back in the winter of 2013. And we read them bedtime stories as just a regular thing. They came to us loving books. And so reading to them every night was essential and part of how our family bonded. And every once in a while, you get, as a parent, bored of reading the same story over and over again. So I would improv stories for the boys and ask them what they wanted to hear about, how they wanted to end, and what they thought the middle might be. And that's really how Peanut Butter and Dragon, the first one, came together. And since then, there's been 13 stories that we've put together. And these are just the first two to come out.
So you're telling me right now this is an exclusive, 11 more books?
Coming. Okay. You got it.
Quickly, if we can just go back in time a touch with this, because I mean, it is sort of a new release still.
It is very much so, yeah.
What is Peanut Butter and Dragon all about?
Peanut Butter and Dragon, a hungry dragon lands in the neighborhood, and Malcolm and Cooper need to come up with a peanut butter plan to save the day.
And I'm not spoiler alert or anything, but I'm guessing they probably do.
There's a little bit of saving that happens, yeah.
Okay, well, which is great. And now Splash Fin, Toothy Grin, which is the second one. First of all, these, I love what about your books? What I love about your books is the colorfulness, the funny titles, like that kind of interesting. How did you come up with the concept for this one?
This one here was the idea that my youngest son Cooper has a little bit of problem. He plays too rough.
Okay.
And so he has trouble playing with others that way, and he's since learned to be more gentle, but he's definitely stronger than he thinks he is. And so in this story, what ends up happening is Cooper is not allowed to play with his older brother Malcolm, and ends up meeting a shark while they're on vacation who has the same problem. Nobody in the ocean will play with Picnic because he plays too rough. So they decide to play together to figure out if they can learn to play more gentle.
Oh. Don't want to give us a spoiler alert on that either, right?
No, you got to read the book to find out how that turns out.
You've been doing great things in the community as well, not only putting out these books for young children to read. Tell us about the Start a Story Writers Workshop.
Oh, of course, yeah. Start a Story Young Writers Workshop is something where I travel around to schools, libraries, community groups, such as the Scouts or the Guides or whatnot. I also do birthday parties. And the idea was born out of when I was doing test reading for Peanut Butter and Dragon, just to make sure the dragon wasn't scary enough, make sure the comedy played right to the audience, because these books are obviously, they're designed for kids 9 and under. One of the teachers in the classrooms I was reading to became very excited about how I spoke to the children about how it all came together, all the pieces of the puzzle. And so she said, you have to put a workshop together. We have to build this. This is something that could be very valuable for the primary age kids. So with her advice, I built a curriculum-correct program called Start a Story Young Writers Workshop.
Really?
And as a group, we build a story together, and it culminates in a theatrical telling of the story we've just created.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is an absolute ton of fun. Lasts about 75 minutes. There's some visual aspects where the kids have art breakaways that they do to help continue thinking about how they want their story to go. They really have full control. I guide them to keep it, keep it age appropriate and all that. But it is an absolute ton of fun. And seeing that one child who doesn't want to say anything, I'm able to get that one word or one suggestion from them and include it in the story. And seeing them, their chest puff up in the pride, it's the best. It's the best thing to see.
To see them come alive, because children can be a little introverted sometimes.
Yep.
And just to see their characters come to life and for you to just sort of nurture and guide them along the way. You actually were at a school this morning because you have another initiative that's going on.
I was, yeah. In the because Chapters and Indigo here in Ottawa, they have been beyond supportive with having my books on their shelves, having me in for book signings and doing a mini version of the workshop in their stores as well. Chapters Rideau is right now going to be this weekend, and this is the reason I'm here today. They're launching Splash Fin, Toothy Grin in their store on this Saturday from 12 to 4. And what I wanted to do is support their initiative where they adopt a school. every year, the chapter's locations across Canada adopt a local school and help fill their library with much needed books. And I thought, what a beautiful thing. I want to do the same thing. So I chose 25 schools across Ottawa, and just this morning completed my 3-week-long tour, dropping off those books, meeting the principals, introducing the workshop to them, and of course inviting them to this weekend's book launch.
Wow. So you've completed your 25 school tour.
Yep, you got it, yeah. And this morning, immediately got invited to do a reading. So I'm going back to one of the schools on Thursday morning to do a bit of a reading for them.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't want to burn yourself out here, Timm Holmes.
Having a lot of fun with it.
But it's beautiful, and as long as you're loving what you're doing. So tell us about the book launch then. You just briefly touched on it, but Saturday?
Yeah, it's Saturday, October the 14th, from 12 to 4 at Chapters on Rideau Street. The team there has been so passionate putting together crafts and games and refreshments all circled around the theme with the shark and a beach party and all that. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously everybody and anybody can show up.
You got it. It's a free event. It's everybody show on up. Give me a high five. Part of the game, part of the scenario in the game or in the story is that Cooper and the shark play many games together, and one of those games is Splash, Fin, Toothy Grin, a la rock, paper, scissors. And so the children will be able to challenge the author, and if you beat the author, got a little prize for you.
Is it easy to beat the authir?
Yeah, very, very easy. My boys have gotten great practice. They know exactly what to expect from me. So a couple tries and you'll beat me.
Can you tell us what the name of the next book will be?
It is tentatively Bubblegum Trouble. The idea being that there is the teachers in the school have the kids all throw their bubblegum in the toilets, and the toilets back up, and there's a big bubblegum disaster, and teachers are stuck to the ceiling, and kids stuck to the windows, and there is a friend gets involved with Malcolm and Cooper, and they got to solve that problem.
And what's the tentative release date for that as well?
Looking at September next year.
September of next year. So we have a bit of a wait, but that's okay because we have 2 books to keep us company until then.
There you are, my friend.
Timm Holmes, thank you so much for being here, and good luck this weekend. 2 books, Peanut Butter and Dragon, and the new one called Splash, Fin, Toothy Grin. Timm Holmes from Orleans, of all places. Great. Coming up, the amazing Sid Kratzbard joins us next on Rogers TV.